Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv slash the Xisuma. It's a very busy Monday evening. That's what it is. Let's go rest our weary heads and get ready to work on this project over here. Dick out of heaven with the bananas in chat. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, the title today is spoilers because I'm in the middle of working on my storage system, and I'm kind of like really in the mode to work on it. But then I originally had a plan to do some other stuff, so I think we're going to do a bit of like 50-50 here today. But it might just be like a bit of an unproductive hangout stream as well, because I don't know, it's late. I originally had a plan to stream at this time for another reason. And then when that plan didn't come to fruition, I was like, all right, well, it's in my head now, so I'm going to stick to it. So we're doing a late one today. This is a rare time for me to start streaming. But hey, you know, we experiment a little bit, right? Welcome to all the peeps tuning in. J-Max says you got 4 streams up right now. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, there's other hermits streaming. I think maybe even more than... I think Cleo's streaming as well. Santa of Scarver, thank you so much for 41 months. Appreciate it. How you doing? How you doing? So we're probably going to continue with working on this area over here. However, I do need to do some like resource gathering for it, so I might just do that first of all. And I'm going to continue to get these things up. 16 is actually like enough. Oh, I actually got enough for a couple of things. So I now have Silk Touch here, Silk Touch there, Fortune here. I think my Fortune pick... That could do with, like, Efficiency 5. But Mending. Definitely Mending. And I think I have the Mending book somewhere. Let's get another Mending book. Let's go do that. Let's just take care of that. Then we're all good, you know? Hey, there it is. Bam. Let's go put it on this pick. Ooh, now I'm tempted to, like, combine that one into that one. You know? Hopefully it doesn't make it too expensive. I'm kind of hoping, like, not to die and lose a lot of stuff this season, you know? And just, like, hey, make some tools straight off the bat and be good with it for the rest of the season. But sometimes combining those enchants can be a little unlucky. Who's online right now? A lot of hermits. Monday evenings, I think, for a lot of people is just a bit of downtime or whatever, you know? There's rarely much on. I mean, you got Monday Night Football, but who cares about football? Right, let's go up here. So yeah, that's nice. That was unexpected. And all of my iron is in the spoiler place. Huh. Funny how that goes. Actually, maybe not all of it. Scrap this. Can I make an anvil? I think we can. Yeah. There we go. We're good. Let's scoot that down there. And then it's like, oh, you got to do it the right way around. Might struggle to get another book on that pick, I'm not sure. That repairs it as well, that's pretty cool. Alright, so here's what I want to do. I think I want to go gather some mud, but then that means repairing this. I know the Ender has been built. Part of me is like kind of hesitant to dive into using other people's tech too much, but it's kind of just like a matter of time. We've got like an XP farm here, and the one... at the Ender is just going to be so much easier, right? Xisuma, I was promised good times, but I don't see says Treebird. I don't know who promised you good times, dude. Tanny Glaze, thank you for 75 months. It doesn't seem that long. 75 months is a long time. Rippling River, thank you for 15. Appreciate it. Becca says mud, wheat. Yes. Packed mud is the end result, but we need to get mud. And that means probably repairing this shovel first. Looks like Tango and Skiz are in the end dimension. Hopefully having a fantastic time. End dimension, the Nether. This is the Nether. So this is the way to the end. I hope it's not too precarious. Oh, I heard some bad sounds. We really have a ridiculously tough Nether. Even when you've got... Why am I expecting... Impulse is base. Why am I expecting the end dimension here? Ah, see what I mean about it being tough? Impulse, enjoy the piglins. Wow, I'm immediately in a bad way. Because, oh my god, I'm in a really bad way. I got no blocks. I got pumpkins though. Okay, it didn't follow me. Thank goodness. Wow. Wow. I got the bow. I kind of forgot I have a bow, so I can... Oh, did you turn? You turned. Ah. Ah. Okay, well... And maybe you went in there. Speaking about how tough the Nether is, right? Like, I really want to get some better enchants on this copper gear. A Provis is X, what time do you call this? This is usually when I stop streaming. Someone's got to build a roof there. Like, why is there no roof? Don't follow me. Where is the... I guess the end... Oh my god, this is starting to reek. And I didn't bring any blocks. Maybe we won't go to the end dimension. I think... Yeah, we're going to skip it. The Nether just feels like it's going to be a bad time. Oh! Speaking of bad times. Whew. Let's do the off. Tango to the rescue! My saviour. Oh, he's in a group. He probably can't hear me. Never mind. Oh, that was funny. Okay. Okay.
Hey, X.
Oh. Hey, dude. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, yeah. You look like you're fleeing.
I was definitely fleeing. You're saving Skiz?
Yeah, you know, he's died like 6 times already while we've been out here. We're looking for some skulls.
I see. Dude, this area is so perilous. It's just like... The piglins can just wander onto our little paths and stuff. It's a recipe for a bad time.
Yeah, this is probably the worst possible Nether fortress to be trying to get skulls and hanging out in, so yeah.
Oh, what makes it bad for getting skulls? Is it just the amount of mobs nearby?
Well, having piglins nearby doesn't help, and it's all lit, you know, the bright lights and everything don't help, so yeah.
Well, the bright lights are keeping this bit safe, which I think is good. We kind of need a plan here. Like, we need to know what we're doing with the Nether, and then like turn it into a skeleton farm at the same time.
Someone's got to pony up and be like, I got this.
You see, I've got the idea, but I kind of focused on other projects. Because I think what we should do is breed the fastest horses and use them in the Nether.
I think that's fun, but no one's gonna do it once they have wings.
True.
I mean, I hate to be the ruiner, but it's a lot of work for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, you know.
Hey, I'm gonna stay on my horse for as long as I can. I think I can do it.
I thought you were going all speedy, but now you want to stay on a horse?
I can kind of do what I want to do this season with like in one spot, if that makes sense. So I don't feel the sense of like needing a lot of immediate transport. So I'm kind of good with it.
Okay.
But yeah.
You do.
How many skulls are you getting, by the way? How many you got so far?
Well, we had one, and then Skiz said, "You know what? This is going too well," and he decided to throw one into the lava with the rest of his gear. So yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. So we have 0.
Yeah.
So it's not going swimmingly.
I wouldn't mind getting a beacon soon, but I got to get a looting sword first. So
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, best of luck.
Alrighty.
And I'll see you. I'll see you on Wednesday, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got plans. I'll see ya. Yeah, me and Tango are gonna get up to something on Wednesday. Oh, fire! Fire in the air! It's a blaze! It's 2 blazes! I'm booking it! I'm out of here! See you later, everyone! This place is dangerous. We gotta do something about it. No one will do something about it. I'm not doing anything about it. Yo, LYJ Muji, thank you so much for 75 months. Hi X, how's it going? It's going alright. Like, I am perfectly fine with this being an unproductive stream, because so far, we got zilch done. Absolute zilch. That is some good tea. I was gonna make miso soup, and then I forgot. Earlier I was like, oh, I'll have a miso soup today. And then it's like, I've made a cup of tea just out of habit. Bear says, give yourself a bit of credit. Oh, I'll give myself a little bit of credit, Bear. Just a tiny, teeny bit. Right. Did they despawn? There's a possibility that they could have despawned or moved on. Oh, yeah, I think they just despawned. If we go in this direction... I am feeling very dubious about hanging out in the Nether. This area should, in theory, be a little bit safer. It was when I came here the other day. Wait. Why can't I hear the music? Like... It's so faint. It's really weird. I played a bit of the music earlier, and I could hear it, and then I stopped, waiting for the stream to start, and then I couldn't hear it. I've turned it up. Tea, you should share the recipe for us. Tea bag, hot water, milk. Done. Absolute done. Okay. This is the right way. It doesn't look like there's too much danger here. Hey, do you know? I kind of want to do something with a strider that's interesting at some point. Now this. Okay, someone's just mined out a few blocks there. That's okay. That's okay. This is where we need to go. What about the sugar? Oh, no sugar, dude. You cannot put sugar in. Milk in first. So there were studies done by brain smarts people, and they learned that people can't tell the difference between putting in the milk first or not. So yeah, that's the thing. Speaking of music, the info is missing again. Is it now? Oh, no, okay, it is missing, isn't it? Because I didn't launch Snaz, that's why. Let's launch it. What are you working on, says SSB Faded? We're going to try and do farms today, but my mind is really, like, tilted over to the storage system. I'm really weird with doing, like, spoilers. Hang on. This was also on my list of things to do, was to... This is Silk Touch, right? Nothing can go wrong here. It's Silk Touch. This is also on my list of things to do. I probably need a honey farm to make honeycomb pretty quick. And to do it with honeycomb, you want to do redstone. So, maybe we'll focus on that. That's actually an... Oh, dude. Frogs are so cool. That's actually an important step for my storage system. Okay, so here's where I was mining last. And what we want to do is get our hands on the mud, obviously, right? Now, we don't have shulker boxes. We do have an ender chest, so we can mix in a few extra stacks. There really is a lot of people. But here's the real trick, right? Like, you just got to do that. That doesn't stack, right? Yeah, it doesn't stack. An empty one might, but no, that's one with like MBT data. Hello, Xisuma, says Bird Burb. Welcome, dude. Welcome to the stream. Love the mud sounds. They're satisfying. Your tea is 20% water and 80% coffee. That sounds like tea to me. Yo, peeps, I haven't drunk coffee in ages. I just ditched it. I started to feel a bit sluggish drinking coffee every day. And I was just like, I'm going to ditch this. I also started taking my vitamin D because it's getting to winter, so I take some vitamin D. And now I've upped my vitamin D dose and I have stopped drinking any coffee. And like, I have been, for weeks, the best I've felt in a long time, I think. And I don't know if those things are directly related or not, but it kind of feels like it. Because a really common thing with people drinking coffee is they talk about like, oh, you know, I can't get going until I've had my morning coffee and stuff. And I think I was starting to experience a little bit of that. And like taking that away is just like giving me energy back and stuff. I'm just having a great time over here. Like, it's all good. It's all dandy. Gotta watch that shovel though, because although I want to grab like a lot of this stuff, I think I'm going to use it in multiple places this season. So it'll be very good to gather some of this now. Don't want that pick to break, do we? What type of tea do I have? I have decaf English breakfast right now. Perfect meal for the end of the day. I mean, perfect drink for the end of the day. I kind of should probably mine iron every time I see it as well. I am going to tear through iron. How much I know. Very good. You don't have coffee till you get home from work at 5. Cool. Hey, look, what I encourage people to do is to like test and experiment, and remember that you can easily deceive yourself to some extent as well. Like, the human experience isn't like a mathematical, perfectly measured one, is it? You know, feeling good can be quite what's the word? I keep thinking relevant. It begins with R. Related? Dang it! There's the word, and I can't think of it. Relative is the word. Relative. So it's like there were times in the past where I would say, "Oh, I'm feeling good," and I mean a long time ago in the past when I never used to exercise or anything like that. And now I know, like, hey, that's a relative feeling. If I woke up feeling like that tomorrow, I'd think I'm dying. I exaggerate a little, but you know what I mean? It's relative. So it can be tricky to measure stuff like coffee and its impact on you because your experiences are relative. So it's tricky stuff to figure out. Your face is perfectly mathematical. I bet if you saw a human face that was like perfectly symmetrical, it'd like freak you out. I can't help but feel a very symmetrical face would hit like the uncanny valley. All right, it looks like we're hitting the need for bundle pretty fast here. Oh, I installed a mod. Shout out to Autumn. Also, how did those get in there? Mud should be out. And the other stuff should be in. Maybe I put the wrong one in earlier. Shout out to Autumn. Found this better bundles mod. So, like, there's no limit on what you can see in it. It just gets bigger and bigger. Autumn says shout out to Blooming. And who does Blooming shout out, eh? Blooming found it. Autumn just passed it on. There we go. Well done, Blooming. It's like it was an absolute no-brainer. The second I saw it, I was like, that's going in my pack. I'd sent the link to Henkel before I'd even tried it. I was just like, this is the one. Then I tried it and I was like, yeah, 100%. 100%. You once drank 5 Dr. Peppers before realizing you had the caffeine ones and couldn't sleep. Oh, right. Dr. Pepper with caffeine in. Interesting. Yo, Dan Metroid Arnold, 25 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Poor Xisuma trying his best to read my name out each month. I cash this anniversary message in, but little does he know. I think I did it right that time, Dan Metroid Arnold. I think I finally got that one correct. Just took 25 months. How are we doing again with this inventory space? I know we got the Wassamadoodle. We got the. There it is. I thought I'd lost it. See, look, I can put a few stacks in there. Just a few. I feel like there's stuff missing from that though. It's like, what were those items before? Also, the shovel's getting pretty low, so maybe we won't go too overboard here. We'll just do this little bit in front of us and then head back. But that's a really healthy amount of mud. That's probably more than we need for a while now. Wait, do you play guitar, says Corn? I do, and I was playing it earlier today. I play every day. What I found works better for me these days, I used to play for like 2 hours at a time or something ridiculous. And I think that's just too much. What I've been doing lately is playing for like sort of like 40 minutes, 50 minutes at a time. And it just, I don't know, it just feels a bit more like concise. I was listening to a podcast with a musician, and she said that like she practices for half an hour a day. But then she also went on about like practicing in her head before she would play and stuff, and like having a plan on how she's going to practice and approaching it from like a calmer mindset and being relaxed, and like all of this stuff actually really adds up really well. If you go into playing guitar not with like a right, I'm going to practice this and I've got to get better at that mindset, you're like, what songs do I think I'm going to really enjoy playing today? And then you loosen up, you play them, you enjoy them, and you're not like pushing yourself too far. You're just having a solid session, and then 30-40 minutes go by and you're like, okay, that's it. Like, it works really well. It seems to work really well. I'm doing some of the best playing I think I've done in a long time. And that's not that like 6 years ago or whatever, I was like drilling how to play Metallica's Damage Inc. Like some really fast picking stuff, right? I'm not doing any of that anymore. I don't know if I can even play like that, but I'm just enjoying, and everything's like solid and working. So like mindset really helps that. I do play other instruments. I play the piano, and again, recently shifted my mindset with that, and just all of a sudden just doing so much better. I realized I was getting really focused on like trying to drill through these songs and get to like the next level of playing, and I wasn't like too focused on just enjoying the songs. Give it the little bum shake. Is he looking? Yeah. Disposable Heroes is pretty zen to play. It is actually, but you have to get your ability up into that place where you're not stressing your muscles out. And I think I haven't tried to play it in a while, but like if I warm up, I might have a good stab at it. But I'm not gonna work on like playing guitar like that anymore. Like, you know, trying to drill up to the next level all the time. I'm just gonna like pick out songs that feel fun and stuff. I was learning to play. Was it Slipknot's Eeyore again? Like, that's not a particularly difficult song, but like when you find the song that inspires you in the moment, like you just have such a better time learning. Your brain connects with it well. You know, any tricky bits are better focused and worked on. So this whole mentality of like learning in a good mind space is a really cool lesson. All right, let's chuck all of that in there. We've got a bit more to fish out. Then we've got loads of junk. And I guess our project today that's actually quite important is to do something with these bees' nests. It'll be a temporary thing though. I think, by the way, I think I found a place to do some temporary stuff. That'll be maybe get us teaming up with Mumbo a little bit and doing some stuff in that area. Maybe with villagers, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we got mud in here. Let's take that back. Right, the other thing that needs to be combined with is wheat. That stuff will get smelted at another point in time, I think. Alright, we got Tannenbaum 20, 37 months. Nice to see the Nimber growing. I love the new season so far. The Nimber? Do you mean the Never? Any news on a cooking stream / video from you? Always talking about the damn tasty recipes. I'm going to wait until the inspiration hits me. Scar was asking about my guitars the other day, and a few people have commented asking about my guitar collection. And you know what? I think I could pick them up and talk about them. So I might make that video at some point. But like, there was this idea that I sort of incubated for a little bit with the pizza video, and then I just kept finding the right moments to like chip away. And then when all the pieces were in place, I edited that video, and I was really happy with how it turned out. And it's very much come from like an inspired place, and that's where I want my content to come from now. You know, I've very much mentally gotten over the whole kind of numbers game, and being on this platform for so long, being a content creator is like a constant drive to do more. And when your enthusiasm for that runs out, it can get difficult. And I feel like I'm now past that, and in this place where I'm doing what I want to do all the time, and I'm going to keep that going. So I like the idea of talking about my guitars. I'm just going to like noodle on that idea until it makes sense and all the pieces are together, and then I might make that video if I feel like it. That's the way to do it. So if you see something like that in the future, just know it comes from a good place. Pyrus Moon, thank you for your Prime subscription, my dude. Appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream here. You know, like the videos that I make in the past, they've never come from a bad place, really. It's just that you get caught up in this rat race of like trying to pump out content, and I just can't be doing that anymore. I need to just kind of like enjoy what's directly in front of me and like what I'm inspired to do right now, and not have like this plan of things that need doing, because that's what I've done in the past, and it's really like worn me out. Okay, so we can make some like packed mud and stuff. Oh wait, all this waffling has got me switching gears mentally. We're trying to do another bee farm thing, aren't we? So 8 of these will need 8 lots of shears, a little bit of iron goes into them. Dispensers, I don't know where my dispensers are. We need 8 dispensers, which means string. Fortunately, I farmed up some string. Okay, shears, we'll keep grabbing those. There's the dispensers. Okay, we're going to need a little bit of redstone and comparators. I am just going to go spoilers. Okay. First of all, Becca11, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Sweetest Honeybee. That is so kind of you. Thank you as always for gifting out subs to people. I hope they appreciate it as much as I do. Here's what like season 11 is about for me right now. It's about just finding the things that really interest me and going all in on them. That's what I'm doing with music later on in the season. That's what I'm doing with the Copper Golem at the beginning. Yeah, it's such a big like mindset shift from where I've been at in the past. It's not that I haven't enjoyed what I've done. I've only got 2 of those. I'm gonna have to make some more. How many more? 8, I think. So 6. This is where all my redstone stuff is, peeps. Right now, it's all in here. It's in my storage system. There's a crafting bench around here. Yeah, so that's the 8 of those that we need. But then we also need redstone. You don't need a repeater in this setup. Don't need redstone torches either. I'm not sure if I need anything else. Dispensers. Dispensers require redstone. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, cobblestone we'll grab from a chest. A little bit of string and sticks, right? I don't think I really need many of these over here anymore. So, you know, when it comes to spoilers and stuff, do you know what? Look, this is in my next episode, alright? Now you got a reason not to watch it. Doom's Notch, thank you for your Prime subscription, my dude. Much appreciated. Catching up on last night's vid, then bam! New stream, says Doomed Notch. Bam! Right in the face. Right in the kisser. Automated storage, yeah. One of the things I've realized, I've been so focused on seeing the golem do the thing that the storage system is probably going to be kind of slow, and there are other designs out there that are probably faster. But we will just, I don't know. I'm happy to just build it and like, thanks Mojang, I built something simple, let's see how it goes. And then if it doesn't work out, we'll build another one later on. Why not? Alright, so we need string, which will be in here. A little bit of string. We need 3 of those, I think. You know, at some point later on in the season, we will just be like power crafting. I mean, we got the crafter block in the game, right? That can do a lot of work for you. Cobblestone, yes please. Actually, I think, maybe not. Running a little low on that stuff. Who knows? So, dispenser, shift, spacebar to repeat the crafting. That is one of my favorite things that they've added. They've done so many little quality of life tweaks. Unfortunately, in this game, the inventory is still clunky. The bundle's helping, but still there's this clunkiness. I'm looking forward to like using the bundle in junction with the copper golem and just seeing how that helps. All right, so I made 10 comparators. Didn't I have 2 and then 6 pieces of quartz? Whatever. Apparently I can't math. 8 is the number. 8 dispensers. 8 lots of shears. You can see what's going to happen to my inventory pretty quickly, right? There's not a lot of room to work with now. On the Fritz, thank you for gifting a sub to I'm Not K. Another gifted sub. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When in doubt, just throw more golems at it, says Time for Nano. It sounds good, but there's a slight problem with it, which is that too many items going into a chest can cause the redstone signal to bleed. Like, it will then affect the next filter over. So if your golems put too many items in too quick, it can be an issue. That's something to be considered. Inventory space is there to be filled, no matter how chaotic. Yeah. So let's go take advantage of a different area for this little temporary farm. the more I think about it, I've got a project lined up for the future. It'd be kind of like nice to know where that is now, and then maybe make what we're going to build a little more permanent. But that is the nature of the early game, is that you do stuff a bit temporary. That's kind of my concept for next season. Is I've decided, right? I think next season I want to play blind. When you play the early game again, it just gives you all these different ideas for approaches to the game. I think I want to play blind, zero plan, and have a concept of like, every time you do something, make it permanent, right? No temporary stuff, and see how that affects your gameplay. Like when you don't do things temporarily, like what happens then? I'm very curious as to how that idea pans out. I've got to think a little bit, because we need our bees to be able to visit some flowers, just like they do down here. Should we do a little bit of this while we're here? So we need this kind of action going on, and then you know what? I opened up my old world and looked at what I did the other day. I think I might do that again. Any plans for season 12? We literally just talked about that. So you want them to go out and back in. I think we're talking about solid block at the bottom. We don't need the campfire. And then you have the flower directly in front of them. The pain always is building it without the bees popping out. So if you have a block here that's like locked in the beginning, I'm really not sure how to execute this. I do remember what I did last season was a bit chancy. You can wait until nighttime, but then... Oh, and it's literally night. That might be a bit irritating to do, especially if you get it wrong. So... Any thoughts? Anyone in chat got an idea on like what the best methodology is? Because you kind of want to block here at the front, and then you need to remove it, and the bees will pop out immediately. So that means there's like... we could use a different block, but then it would have to be temporary. Like a block with a gap that the bees can't escape through. Rain stops bees from coming out. Just a half slab also works. Yeah, but you have to break the half slab. That's sort of the point. Trapdoor. It might. Fence and wall, they don't connect. Is the plan to get the bees in or out of the beehives? Both. The thing that I'm getting at. So, like, check this out. If I do this, they can go back in, but they can't come out. So look at the way the area is defined around us. I just realized I need a bunch of hoppers as well. We're going to have hoppers underneath. Maybe this free roaming thing could work. Maybe I could build it just like this one. And then just, yeah, maybe this is fine. Just walk in, have them in an area like this. I'm sort of thinking that the hopper needs to pick up the honeycomb. Let's go look at what we did in season 10, and that will probably like jog my memory. I have to do this all the time. I have to go look at like how I did it in the past to remember the quirks. So last time I was here, I was looking at this to literally learn what we just saw. Here you can see, like, look how small this space is, but I don't think the honeycomb lands in front of it. I think if you've got a hopper underneath, you'll fine. So it should actually work with this setup. Yeah, I think that's actually fair. So we'll do it that way. Should work that way around. Why the trapdoors? To stop the bees from flying into the campfire. Okay, let's go basically build that again then. So we're going to want some fence gates. And then some other stuff probably. What did I want the sticks for? Crafting a bow? I think it was for crafting a bow. Right, fence gates. We can make 4. Let's try and make 4 more. Hey, there we go. Right. So 8 of those go in front. We have space around them for them to do whatever they want. Hoppers go underneath, so we need to pick up 8 hoppers. Then we'll have a chest. And I guess the last thing we need is like 8 flowers. The nearest flowers are probably this way. Yo, Enderman, like, do I need an ender pearl? I don't really have a good space to fight this guy. Maybe here. This will be fine. Yo, oi, oi! Fella! Did you pick up a grass block? Don't you lie to me. I saw you pick it up. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Little bit too close for. Whoa! Yeesh! Yo, look at my health, dude. If this guy can teleport in here, I'm toast. I'm cooked. We better sort this out. There we go. And for my efforts, 0 ender pearls. This is the way. What about a shelf on their side? You've seen very little use of the shelf so far. I've been meaning to use it when building. I just need to kind of lock in and think about it first and then do it. Who's in my base? Oh, it's a copper golem. I don't have any hoppers, but I can make more easily. Actually, easily make more. I think. Wait, do I have any wood left? Dude, this is ransacked my own wood supply. It was 16. 16 is what we need, right? For 8 hoppers. And then we need like a double chest at the end. Alright, we'll put the iron back. Probably going to need a few more building blocks around here. Right, let's go to this location. Is my copper armor enchanted? It is. Protection 2 and feather falling 2. Alright, so this area here, I'm going to have a project. It's going to be like a mineshaft thing, but again, it's going to be like animated and blah, 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 blah. That's going to go here, so... Like, I could dig down and put it on the side and then maybe make it permanent later on, but I'd be kind of guessing what the position that feels right is. So I was going to talk to Mumbo, because this, like, the other side of that is his base. Like, his base is somewhere over here. Oh, another one. Maybe. Well, we just learned some valuable lessons, so if we try it again, we'll know, like, hey, stay a little further back. It helps if you can jump. If I can jump, though, I'm in a free high area, so maybe not. No end of... Oh, my God. Mumbo is somewhere in this area. I don't know how close, actually. And he's not online, so we can't dig towards him. But yeah, we could connect our areas up together here a little bit, and then maybe do some, like, temporary farming stuff in this space. That's kind of what I was thinking. So, if we were to do that, I think what I need to do is have this beehive closer to me than to Mumbo, because I need to load it, and probably just out of the middle of the room a little bit too. So, we'll push this back a nudge. Fally62, thank you for 38 months. Appreciate your support, my dude. Welcome to the stream. Maybe stay under 2.5 block space, then they can jump and come in. Well, you know, we're just doing some quick combat, so... That moment's kind of over now. I'll go ahead and put this on that side. 6, so we need like 2 more. Okay, that's the hoppers. Dispensers must face downwards. Do the copper golem's eyes glow in the dark? That would make for some scary builds. They do, actually. I believe, like, the light level... So, they added this thing, and I was trying to remember the name of it the other day. Can anyone tell me what it's called? I think it might... Emission or Emittive or... Something sounding like that. Emissive, yeah, emissive sounds right. Zevahunt, I think you're onto it there. Okay, so now we do the redstone bit. Like, you got your beehive here. I think you need a full block behind it, you know. So let's make intelligent use of stone bricks, like that there, and then here, because that says like, hey, don't mind that. Now you want to have like 5, I think is the number. So 5 pieces of redstone to get to over here. And the way you do that, I think, is 1, 2, 2, 3. Maybe. So like, I'm not actually sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is too short. Then you break this one in your 2 collect. This is where I could just do a little bit of like redstone world stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually it. Okay, that's the way you do it. I'll leave a crafting bench in this area. Why not? Probably gonna do other stuff in this area, apparently. Okay. So that allows your redstone to go up to the top. And because it powers this block, it will power the dispenser in front of it. So if we just build that out all the way across there, and then we've kind of got a lot of that bit done, then we just have to sort out the front area. Let's go ahead and grab some torches. Can't I use a slab to transfer it up? That is exactly what we've just done, though. What are we building, says Hand of Clay? We're building a temporary bee farm for honeycomb. X, are you going to play Phasmo when the new map releases? Oh, yes, and I really want to play Peak. My next stream might be Peak. Haven't spoken to the others yet, but I'm hoping it'll be so. Okay, we'll put one at the back here. Your streams are always peak. Thank you. You're too kind. Too kind, I tell you. This is like watching Gordon Ramsay cook. Doesn't he F and Jeff a lot, that guy? I'm not sure about all the F and Jeffing going on here. So peeps, I've been watching Stranger Things. Who's a fan of Stranger Things? Oh my god. That show is so unbelievably good. I'm on season 4 now. I'm getting so excited for the new season. I've been thinking, dang, this show is so good. Like, it ends at season 5. I feel like they could keep going, man. I want to see them when they're like adults, when they're 30s, when they got kids. I want to see these characters grow up. It's funny rewatching it. I kind of realized that, to me, although this is like blatantly a horror and a thriller, because I've watched Stranger Things well over the hump of stuff being scary anymore, I've kind of like really liked it for its character development and the story more than the scares. And rewatching it, it just reminds me how crazy the visuals are as well. Like the fear factor, the scary side of it is absolute top notch. But like, it's not actually the thing that like leaves the strongest impression on me, strangely enough. You started watching it, but somehow never continued. Don't even know why it was really good. Hey, you got a great reason to go back and watch it again. It's brilliant, especially if you've got Netflix, right? You know, you've already paid for it, so like, give it a watch. Some of the best movies / TVs always leave you wanting more. That's true. That's true. But here they are at like season 5, and it's so strong, and like, all seasons have been really great, and season 4 is just so fantastic. It just feels like there's so much there. Who's my favorite character? That's a good question. I kind of like all of them, honestly. The characters tend to have like moments and arcs that are really fun. But maybe I think Henderson. That's his surname, right? that character's just got like a charm, I think. Oh, there's a wither being thought. You're at home, sick today, absolutely miserable, but it's nice to relax your stream. I'm sorry to hear that, my dude. I hope I can help in some way. Dustin, yeah, Dustin Henderson. There you go. I'm terrible with the names. You're kind of excited for it to end because not many shows end well. That's true. That's true. Like, as someone who's watched my fair share of like, oh, we never got flowers, did we? Of British television. One of the things they tend to do over here in this country is not milk things. You tend to have like short seasons and like if you take The Office, for example, the British Office is like 2 seasons of 6 episodes, and then I think 2 or 3 Christmas specials, and that's it. And that's all that ever is. And a lot of shows are formatted that way. And it's like, here's the idea, here's the concept. Let's make like a small amount of it that's really gets into what it's about, and then you don't sort of milk it or anything like that. The American way of doing things is a lot different. It tends to be big seasons, 20+ episodes. Keep it going for as long as you can. And it makes things feel a little more special when they don't have that depth. Because with that depth does come, you know, the episodes that you skip when you rewatch and stuff, right? So, like... Oh, what's this? I think... Wait, what? There was the wither sound, right? We crafted bread today. You stared at lightning rods for 2 hours waiting for them to change colors. Oh, wow. Oh, okay, now I get what this dedication is about. I thought someone did something really big, and they're just having jokes, aren't they? Theop Sam Breaks, thank you for your Prime subscription. Appreciate you using that on me, my dude. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the stream today. The wither fight is going badly. Good to know, good to know. I'm not going to help out because it's the wither. Alright, so here's what I was talking about earlier, okay? This is going to be a room that we go into, right? And that's how... This is wrong, this is wrong. Glad I spotted it. Okay, let's get our flowers back. Our dirt. Used to be like a level lower, I think. Hey X, what's your best single tip for a beginner guitarist? Ooh. Interesting. Because there's lots of things I've learnt about guitar along the way. It's kind of hard to know. Like, there's a lot of things, and I don't know which one could be useful for you. I think it's really good to learn that a lot of tabs of songs you like are available online. Like, go to songster.com, I think, or songster.gg, I can't remember. You might find, I mean, that site's great because it gives you like difficulty levels and stuff. I'm from the era where you had to do a fair bit more work to get like decent guitar tabs and stuff, right? I've just noticed a flaw with this. If you want to go restock, you need to... Yeah, we need to get rid of all this. Yeah, you need to come up here. So that website will allow you to search bands, search guitar tunings, search by difficulty. Like, if you can find like songs that are actually quite easy to play, but you really enjoy the song, that, I think, if that can bring you a enjoyable guitar playing experience, like when you're a beginner, like listening to yourself, you know, poorly strum a guitar and doing these little practicing your chords and stuff, it might not be that entertaining. And I think you can ratchet the entertainment level up a little bit if you're playing along to a song that you really like. Because that was a huge change for me, was that when I got back into guitar years later, I took the you know, finding songs that I could play and stuff a lot more seriously, and it really made playing guitar fun. And I didn't quite have that the first time round. The first time round, I wasn't sort of that aware of like how much stuff I could actually be able to play and whatnot. So that would be like sort of my number one tip is if that makes playing fun and you can find songs that make it more fun, it's going to make it easier to stick with when you're learning. Some people might disagree though, you know. Some people are like, oh no, you got to learn the fundamentals and all this, and I'm just like, yeah. Hey, like you got to pick up and play as well. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Gonna need some doors here. I guess they're going to be pale doors. And I got a lot of them, more than I actually needed. That's okay. That's quite alright, mate. Right, I think we've done everything correctly here, funny enough. Usually there's some sort of mistake I haven't considered, but maybe not today. Alright, so you kind of want... I don't know. The idea is just if you've got a bunch of doors and like it gets trapped in one, you nudge it out, take it to another. That's sort of what I'm thinking, but we kind of gone overboard there. That's okay. Right, so I guess let's actually get it. You know what? We don't need to get it. Maybe we do because the bees' nests are ready to be harvested already. You've been playing guitar since 1998 and you're still learning. You can always learn, right? You can always learn. I think I'm going to stand up for the next bit of the stream. You're so happy you caught your first stream. How you doing? Tintinny? I'm doing alright, thanks. Gotta go through 67 doors to leave. I feel like you're encouraging me in some sort of way. Have I seen the HELLFEST lineup this year? It's so good. I saw Periphery replaying, but I will have a look. I mean, I think HELLFEST is one of those festivals that I refer to as Clash Fest, because every single time there are bands playing that I want to see. Let's just do this on stream. HELLFEST. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this lineup. Okay, that's a pretty cool website. Oh my god, the mosh pit. Yeah, where's the lineup? Yeah, let's get this up on like... Hang on, let me actually see if I can just get this up on the stream. This is something I've wanted for a while, actually. Just a way to quickly, like... I should probably get like a dedicated web browser, and then I can hook it into Slobs, and then quickly like throw that up on the screen. I don't know if this will work, but it might. Like, let's just go for that one. Yeah, you see, that shows you it. All right, bam. Also, let's go back to the homepage a second. Like, wait, is it actually showing yet? I'm not sure if it's actually showing. Oh, it is. Look at that mosh pit. Oh my god. Don't you want to be in that? I want to be in that. As long as there's a band I like playing. I thought this was pretty cool, putting the video on the background. Dude, it looks wild, this place. Knocked Loose. Oh my god, they're awesome. Now this feels like I'm doing an advert for HELLFEST. Whatever, metal festivals are awesome. Oh man, this is getting me excited. This is in France, isn't it? I really want to do an abroad festival one day. Oh my god, this looks great. I think I recognize. Was that Lorna Shore I saw? Wasn't paying the fullest of attention. Oh my god. Massive crowds. This is cool. It hasn't even looped back round yet. This keeps going. Awesome. Awesome. Let's look at the lineup then. When is it as well? 18th of June. Oh, this might be really close to Download Festival. Okay, right. Here's the thing. Okay, that's Bring Me the Horizon. I've seen them enough times, but the last time I saw them, very recently actually this summer, it was like, oh my god, Limp Bizkit. Now I have to go. I was blown away by the like high level production that they put into their stage show. It's not normally a thing that I think about. Dev, thank you, Chimera, thank you so much for the raid, my dude. Much appreciated. It's not normally a thing I go for or think about it, but they managed to make it really interesting. Papa Roach, for me, like, if they play songs off their first 2 records, I'll enjoy it. Hopefully a lot, but I've seen them a couple of times over the years. Should we do this day by day? Deep Purple, I mean, they're like, what, in their 80s? I'm not... I've seen Alice Cooper. This stage, this right here, I probably wouldn't be too interested in. This one as well, not too many there. I don't even recognize this one. Now, Igor, I'd love to see, but I just saw Igor recently. Borknagger, interesting. I like them. Yo, The Gathering. Oh my god, they are on my list. They're on my list to see before I die. Especially with the original singer. I mean, by original, I mean, what's her name? Annie? She's got an incredible voice. This stage right here, Blood Incantation. I just saw them live recently. They are awesome. Periphery, Decapitated, Silosis. I've seen all of these bands before, but like, that's a pretty cool stage. Mastodon are pretty awesome. Loathe are great. Seen those bands before. Dillinger Escape Plan. Now, that's a legendary band right there. That'll be one to catch, I think. This stage, Sabaton, I'm going to see later this year. Opeth, I love. I've only seen them like 3 or 4 times over the years. Feel like I've never been to like a really big show of theirs. I've always caught them at festivals of like, they feel like small sets because their minutes are like, their songs are like 10 minutes long. Heart Gamer, Blue Raven, thank you for the raids. Welcome on in, people. Yeah, Sepultura, like, I think Max Caballero is doing some stuff with, like, Chaos AD. That's the era of Sepultura I would love to see, and, yeah, you're probably not going to get that. I've never really been interested in Sepultura after Max left. Iron Maiden, I kind of want to see them once again. They're playing in Nebworth, and I might go to that next year. Except, I would definitely check out Except. They're like an interesting old-school metal band, sort of like heavy metal, but one of those ones that perhaps influenced some of the European kind of like extreme metal scene. So that'd be a good one to catch. They got some good songs. Limp Bizkit, oh my god, 100% would go. Like, I don't even know who's on the other stages, but like I just love Limp Bizkit so much. A Perfect Circle, oh man, that's I'm really bad with names. That's Tool Singer's name. God, he's got one of those names you just know, but it's not coming to me right now. Tom Morello, I'm not really sure what he's done like as a solo project. Static X would have loved to have seen with is his name Shane Static or whatever? Maynard, that's the guy, Maynard, yeah. Volbeat have never interested me. Megadeth I've seen a whole bunch of times. Look, there's Caballero's Chaos AD and the Sepultura over there. Anthrax are like one of the big 4 thrash metal bands that I never really got into. Hatebreed I've seen a bunch of times. This band right here, they are an awesome hardcore band. That like their songs come on Spotify Shuffle and it's like, ooh, each time I hear it. Cancer Bats I've seen a few times over the years. The Young Gods are an interesting band. I don't know what their set list is like, but I might check them out if they got a cool set list. Cult of Luna I checked out a long time ago. I can't really remember them. Deicide, some classic death metal, not particularly a band I was ever big on. Carcass, if no one else is playing, watch Carcass. They are awesome. They did a very pioneering record called Heartwork, which really like changed extreme metal for the better. Septic Flesh are awesome. There's a few other bands there. Behemoth are absolutely awesome. I've seen them live a couple of times. Oranzi Pazuzu, oh my god, I've finally seen this band live. They are amazing. Like, they're like black metal, except you're having a bad psychedelic trip. Gehenna's an interesting one over here. This is like a bit of a black metal stage. Gehenna's one of these like early black metal bands out of Norway that never really had much of an impact. Marduk were pretty big. Mayhem are absolutely classic. Napalm Death, oh my god, they'll always be a great watch. Down, not too keen on Phil Anselmo. Corrosion of Conformity, I God, these are all bands related to him. Yeah, this Agnostic Front I'm aware of, Circle Jerks. Architects are an awesome band. I've seen them live 3 or 4 times. And then Offspring's Hive, Rise Against. This stage isn't particularly for me, but I'd love to cross the Offspring off the list. They're a fun bands that I've never really taken the time to get into. I would say this is not quite the Clash Fest that I'm used to seeing in the past. But maybe I've just seen so many of these bands so many times. If I could pick a day to go to, Limp Bizkit, so the Saturday would be pretty enticing. And then maybe I would go watch Oranzi Pazuzu earlier in the day, catch Carcass before Limp Bizkit. Yeah, what other day looks really enticing though? The Gathering, like I said, they're one. So like the Friday, I would watch Gathering. This stage would have loads of good stuff. Periphery, Decapitated, Silos. My Dying Bride. How did I not spot My Dying Bride? I would love to see them live, dude. They have got. You know how bands just have like a song that will always just hit. They have this song. I can hear it in my head right now. They're like a gothic doom metal band that just do these like heartbroken swan songs. Oh my god, why can't I remember the name of it? I think if I'm smart and I go look in my little guitar tab collection, My Dying Bride isn't in here. I thought at one point in time I tried to play that song, so maybe not. Is it called For You? I think the song is called For You. Okay, so we looked at loads of bands. I'm going to give you some homework now. Go listen to Leaves by The Gathering. Get a notepad and write this down, people. I'm giving you homework on these bands now. Okay, The Gathering. Listen to the song Leaves. Some of the most incredible singing you're ever going to hear. Okay, and the riffs are great and they're incredibly simple to play. So My Dying Bride For You, probably not everyone's cup of tea, but like worth checking out. A really gloomy sort of like gothic romance sort of song. I mean, I could do this for so many bands here. I'm just gonna like flick up and down a couple of times and see what like pops into my head. I'm gonna try and give you some more obscure stuff to listen to. Okay, what I have to do is Oranzi Pazuzu. They have this 17-minute song, and I don't think they do too many songs that long. So find that one that's 17 minutes long and listen to it, because it is utterly incredible how full that song is. Like the whole experience. It doesn't like drone on. Every moment of it is just building to something fantastic in the end. And like it just left such an impression on me, and I adore that song so much. I've listened to it so many times, and it's like it doesn't feel like it's 17 minutes, but it's an incredible song. If you like black metal and you've never listened to Mayhem, like they are just so pivotal, you should definitely be checking them out. Like I already mentioned, Carcass's Heartwork album. If you're into death metal, listen to that record. That's like melodic death metal. That's a good shout. And then anything else like particularly classic, like jumping in my like Chaos AD. That is a cracking record. I mean, Megadeth. If you've never listened to Rust in Peace, oh my god. You know, Hypno, thank you so much for the raids. We're taking a little break to look at a festival lineup. We also got some noises. We got Redstone-ish. Thank you for subscribing. Goonium, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. And then, like, if you've never listened to Limp Bizkit, I mean, shame on you. Am I a Catatonia fan? Are they on the bill? Yeah, they're one of those bands that I just every now and then I go and listen to, and then like never quite get sucked in and start listening to their records, but I'd like to. They're a cool thing. Anyway, that was fun. That was fun to look at that. We should get this up and running now. What would be a good good band to start listening to if you're not much into these styles? You know, Linkin Park. Then you go to Korn. Maybe start with a little bit of Slipknot. Like that kind of stuff to get you started on heavy. Hypno says, I saw Limp Bizkit and Papa Roach in concert once in Tacoma, Washington. Hypno, what year? Because I got a feeling you saw them at like the perfect time in like 2000, 2001. I'm gonna guess. And that, when those two played together, it might have been Anger Management with Eminem on the bill? Am I remembering that tour right? Or was it Family Values? Oh, dude, it was Anger Management, 2000, 2001. Dude, that is such, oh my God. There are like concerts and touring concerts that like, I go look at the old festival bills and stuff and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd have seen that. That is absolute prime. Like, that tour is probably up there with like Woodstock 99. Just seeing bands at the right time, you know? But yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm so glad you got to go to that. I have seen Limp Bizkit like at least 12 or 13 times now, and when I saw them earlier this year, the second they finished, all I could think was, when am I next going to see them? Oh, I love them so much. They just seem to like break my brain when I was like 13. I was like, I couldn't believe how awesome this like rap metal stuff was, and I never let go of that feeling. When it comes to music, I never let go of those good vibes. Like, I don't care if people think it's like juvenile or like get over it, you know, teenager music or whatever. I'm like, so what? I'm gonna hold on to that cool feeling. You was at Woodstock 99. Oh man, chaps, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like, you know, a lot of bad stuff went down at Woodstock 99. I'm not trying to discredit any of that. That tends to be how people like talk about it a lot these days, is like looking at all of that. But then that stuff happened, but like so did the shows, and like the shows that the bands put on were absolutely incredible. Limp Bizkit album recommendations. I think just start with Significant Other. If you happen to be partial to Korn already, you could probably start with the first record. And oh, Becca, thanks for posting the homework in chat. And then like just their first 3 albums. That's it. Like, you can listen to those, and if you dig them more, there is a few bits of good stuff later on, and stuff that they've done recently, but like those first 3 albums are sort of like the classic thing that they are for. Chocolate Starfish is great also. It absolutely is. I love Chocolate Starfish. I've been sort of learning to play Hot Dog on guitar a little bit. I need to get back into that, because you do a lot of like whammy bar diving, and that puts the guitar out of tune pretty quick if you go aggressive with it. And Wes Borland goes aggressive with that stuff. Because I brought the guitar that Wes Borland uses when he plays in Limp Bizkit. Like, he's got a bunch, but like the Jackson V is one of them. And I got it with the same like color finish and stuff, and oh dude, and then I like put it into that Limp Bizkit tuning and just had an absolute whale. If I do get another guitar though, it might be a 4-string to play Nookie, because Nookie is is played on a 4-string guitar that Wes had in a weird tuning. And so in order to play that song, you kind of actually just need to have this like 4-string guitar. Like, it has really thick strings on it. I think it's almost like a baritone or something. But yeah, that's like one on the list to do one day maybe. Get my hands on a cheap 4-string guitar and learn that one. What's my comfort song? By that I mean you can always put it on to just zone out and feel like yourself, if that makes sense. Music is so much of like a feel, like, you know, you can put on music to define how you're going to feel. Hypno, thanks again for the raid, dude. Enjoy your dinner. For me, though, I think you're saying like with comfort, something to soothe you, something calming. I go to ambient music. Brian Eno is a master of ambient, arguably the creator of it. Then there's Dream State Logic has been my most recent discovery. That's a particular type of ambience that they call astral ambience. Is that right? I feel like I might be mincing terms a little bit. But anyway, it's like very space feeling music. I love that kind of stuff. Like when I need to like focus or zone out or just feel chill. If I'm driving home at night and it's late, I put on that sort of music. It really helps me like focus as well. Did I actually fill these all up? No, the next step was just to do this, but we doing some mad waffling now, aren't we? Mad Waffling. Neutral Ghost, thank you for 2 months. Thank you for the homework. Definitely going to check out some of these suggestions. Awesome. Awesome. I hope you enjoy what you find. Yeah, I've got to do my own homework. I need to listen to For You again. Like, it's been too long. That's just one of those songs that has such, like, a powerful emotion in it. And, like, every time you go listen to it, you just get sucked into it. And it's like, wow, this is such great songwriting. For a bad mood, break stuff, says on the Fritz. Yeah, I actually, when I'm in a bad mood, I don't think I use music in that way. But for me, like, there was definitely a time in the past where, like, I would listen to angry music being angry. Break stuff and, like, Limp Bizkit tracks are just fun to me these days. Like, I play, every time I pick up my Limp Bizkit guitar, I will play break stuff. I will play My Generation, Rollin', you know, and a few others. And break stuff is just so much fun. It's just so fun. Just a real headbanger track. Random Anxious Girl says everyone likes waffles. It would appear so. If people are sticking around to watch, it would appear that's true. Your bad mood track is Slipknot's Iowa, says Becca. That is a mighty song right there. You reminded me, people equals... What's my like PG friendly word? People equals ship? Yeah. You know, like on the sea? People equals ship? Did one just pop out the front? It might be a little lossy, this process, but as you can see, the redstone does the job. And then we can let the bees out. Who let the bees out? Who? After all of that, it's nighttime, isn't it? No, it's not. No, it's not. Also, they might need breeding. We might need to get their numbers up, so I'm going to go find some flowers and breed them. We did one thing today, chat. We did one thing. And it was good. Let's pick up these statues while we're here. People equals poop. That's so me. I'm surprised I didn't come up with that. People equals poop. That's my goofy humor right there. People equals poop. That was when I was a miserable teenager. That was my like angry hate the world song. That was how I felt about people, because there were bad people who made me think all people were like that. Even though I knew it wasn't true, because I had, you know, really good friends and stuff, but like, you know how you are in a teenager, you ain't thinking straight. You're full of hormones and anger and all sorts. It's crazy. Xisuma has silly humour, says Heartgamer. It is, it's deliberately silly. But yeah. And now when I play people equals poop, that's definitely better than ship. Now it's just like, just like swing your head. This is so good. So much energy. It's interesting how like there's like a transformation from like identifying with the anger to then just identifying with the energy. Because that is a ferocious song. Like, so is like Slipknot's Eeyore. I've been playing Eeyore a bit, and like that is a ferocious song. Ferociously angry. But now it's like, I'm not angry, I'm just loving the energy. The festival I'd absolutely love to go to is Sick New World. Yeah, I've seen those lineups. Are they doing it again? Korn, Cypress Hill, Bring Me the Horizon, The Prodigy, Mastodon, System of a Down, Orgy, Carpenter Brut, Deftones Slayer, Marilyn Manson. My God, does that sound like it's worth going to, right? My God. But I have seen like every band on that list with exception to Carpenter Brut. And a bunch of them a fair few times. And some of them I feel like a bit past their prime. The last time, you know what, the last time I saw Cypress Hill, they were actually like pretty good. I was about to say, because I've seen Cypress Hill and I've sort of thought, oh, they're probably a bit past it now. But like, actually the last time I saw them, they were really impressive. They were still like on point. So maybe they still are, I don't know. Holy Roller by Spirit Box is your current Crash Out song. That is a great song. I've been trying to learn to play some Spirit Box on guitar, and unfortunately, like, so it's really weird. Like some bands, like Turnstile's another one where I'm really into them, but like when I play it on guitar, it doesn't quite connect. I'm not sure why. And with Spirit Box, I've struggled to find like the song that feels like really good to play along to. It's a strange thing. Like, why is it like that? I don't know. Okay, I guess that stuff goes back to storage. I'm just trying to like All I gotta do is dump stuff in there, really. That's it. End of. End of, you know? You went to a metal festival in Virginia Beach and got to eat ice cream with Randy from Lamb of God. How metal. Turnstile mentioned, shouts out the DMV. Isn't the DMV like an American automotive? I don't know, like your government's thing for dealing with cars and stuff. I don't know. Get flowers for breeding. Oh yeah, we need to do that. Thanks for the reminder. I'm just gonna go over the hill, up there somewhere. Wait, can't we use like pedals and stuff for breeding? Yeah, this is where we need the horse. The horse can jump. Department of Motor Vehicles. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, I mean, I won't repeat myself too much, but in the last stream, I talked about how incredible watching Turnstile live was, and just felt like I really saw them at the right time to see them. And they just had such an incredible, like, stage presence with how they set up the cameras and stuff and put them on the crowd. It was like a real kind of, a real moment. One to remember. And those don't happen so much anymore. Feels like all the really classic gigs were back in the days where I used to just go absolutely ham in the mosh pit. Just a wild little mosher. Hey, look! Tango space. You can see it from here. I might ramp up Bobby mod a little bit more. I went for 48 chunks, but it seems to just do absolutely fine with that. Maybe we can get it up to like 64. That'd be kind of cool. Oh! A Turnstile been nominated for a Grammy. Good for them. That'll give them some exposure. They deserve it. They're such a cool band. And I love how, you know, they're a hardcore band, but they're like innovating on the sound and like connecting with young people. It's really interesting when like such an old school sound can like be reinvigorated like that. They've been nominated for 5? Yo! Hang on, what? Like best song, best album, best what? You can't imagine me in a mosh pit. Dude, I am a mosh pit machine. To be fair, when I was younger, I was a mosh pit machine. These days, I'm more of a jumpy up and down in the crush kind of guy, you know? I'm not one of those guys like... I was never like a hardcore dancer or anything, but you know what I mean? Just like flying themselves through the pit and stuff. But I used to be that guy, you know that guy who's like pushing everyone back and trying to keep the pit open? And like directing people to circle pit and stuff? Like, that used to be me. I just used to go wild. It's like, forget everything, you're in a mosh pit, have fun. That was my attitude. Hey, come get some of this. Yeah, it feels like we need to get these numbers up. Like, got 3 of them out? Like, how many bees do we got here? I guess I could have checked the little tooltips before, but I didn't. Wait. Still got 3. Can I do another one? What about if I speed you up? Nah. Alright, wait, no, there's another one coming out. They just ain't made up their mind on when. Okay, you and maybe this one? No. Oh well. Oh no, they're breeding again. They're breeding again. What do I think of bands like Linkin Park? Love them. Absolutely legendary. Becca says, best rock album, best rock song, best rock performance, best alternative music performance, best metal performance. That is awesome. Wow. Nominated for 5 Grammys. That's crazy. But they are just killing it. They are absolutely killing it. You have to stand at a concert. I get so sad I need to sit. Oh, I'm standing right now. I'm a big stander. Have I listened to Dinosaur Pile Up? I've heard about them. I think I might have listened to them at some point. Opinion on Green Day? When I was younger, they were like one of these bands that I turned my nose up at. And now that I'm older, I'm like, no, that band's awesome. You're an idiot. Should have listened to them more. I always liked the record Dookie, is it though? I always liked that one. I got introduced to that when I was really young. Maybe like 12 or something, and like, quite like that one. You don't like the new Linkin Park? Neither did I, man. That new Linkin Park record just... I hate to, like, have a negative opinion on stuff, but, like, it just... Something about it didn't feel that genuine. It felt like they're trying to force this idea of, like, hey, we got a new singer and we can do it just like we used to. It just felt like that was an angle that they had, and the songs I did not like that much either. X said Dookie. That's what the album's called, isn't it? I think that's what the album's called. Baby bees are cute. Yeah, they are. They are cute. So you hate having a negative opinion on stuff. I bloody hate it, Callie! I bloody hate negativity! Don't be negative, I hate it! Ah! Oh, you're so clever. You're so clever. Do I like Paramore? Not particularly. It's just one of those bands I've checked out but have never interested me. Like, it's like Imagine Dragons. Again, talking about, like, not liking being a Debbie Downer and stuff, but, like, I listen to Imagine Dragons, and I feel like there is no soul in that music. Like, there's just zero emotion in it or something. I can't describe why. Some bands are just like that for me. I don't know why. Have I watched the Van Halen documentary? It was good. I have not watched that. Sweetest Honeybee says, are you okay? Hey, look, other people agree with me. I know this. Imagine Dragons are kind of like Nickelback. Like, there are bands that come along and some people really don't like how they sound. And, like, I think it's silly. But on the other hand, it's also interesting when a lot of people don't. Like, what does that mean? Hayley Williams scientifically has one of the best voices of all time. It's wild. Yeah, but it's subjective. It's subjective. Imagine Dragons does sound pretty manufactured, but definitely manufactured. I wouldn't say it sounds manufactured. It just doesn't evoke any emotion in me. Like, it doesn't feel like there's anything there. It's hard to describe why. Imagine Dragons feels like co-worker music. That's an interesting description. Do I have a battle vest / jacket? I now know what that is the second you play it. I don't think I've ever heard it referred as a battle vest / jacket before. You mean like a leather jacket where you stitch on all of the what do they call them? What, those square, not always square, but like patches. You stitch on all the patches. I love people that have those jackets, and I love checking them out. And like in my head, it's like a funny joke. Like if I see a certain bunch of patches, like, oh, you got Doomy Borgir, you know, you got Def, Devin Townsend, like, you know, you're just picking your own favorite bands. Oh, look, there's Slipknot or whatever, and Limp Bizkit as well. I like you know, like that's not gonna tell you if you like someone or not, but like, you know, you can easily talk about those sort of bands with someone. But anyway, I've never wanted to actually do one of those myself, but often I've thought about it. I think one of the reasons I don't is because things like that I know will set off like my neurotic nature, where I will now have to perfectly architecture the right balance of bands. You know, like I couldn't have all of these like top tier favorite bands of mine and then have one selection that isn't as strong as the others. Or I'd just overthink it and just be ridiculous. And so I never bothered doing it. But they're cool. I like them. Battle Vests is definitely funny. Have I heard of Broken Side? Yeah, I think I have. Have I listened to Dinosaur Pile-Up? Someone literally asked that a few minutes ago. You saw an Icelandic metal band called Myrrh a few months ago. Superpower Performance. I think I've heard of them, yeah. I've heard of Myrrh. Alright, we've got quite a few of these suckers in here now, so we should really get a fair bit more out of this. Am I confessing to be an OCD min-maxer? I've not heard that term before, but it might be similar. I could just be a little bit like neurotic with lists and stuff, you know, and organizing and it's like I said with like vinyls. Vinyls are super cool. I think I would love having some vinyls, some on display, but then it would become a problem because I would like get very collectionist about it, and like I couldn't just have, you know, like I could sort of make like my, I don't know, top 20, 30 albums. I could maybe categorize that, but then there'd be one that's like not quite as strong as the others, and now I need to let in these other albums that are on the same level. It's just, I'm just like that with music. So with it all being digital, it's just like I have access to everything, and that's brilliant, you know? And then it gets really expensive, says Sanji, and that's the other big thing. It gets really expensive. You're 100% right. Right, I think what we're going to do next is work on our wheat fields. Got to admit, I'm actually quite tempted to do a little... Oh, do you know what? I think I might just do a bit of this. I think I might just work on this a little bit. I come in here and I like my brain's sort of like ticking over. Like, you need to do this, you need to do that. One of the reasons I actually needed some honeycomb was so that I could come in here and do this. Oh my god, the dang shield. We're going to have them at that color up there, and then I have to re-wax them, right? Oh, it's the first time I've done that, apparently. And then above that is where we might put mud on the ceiling. You wish Gem would stream more. If you follow Gem, I think Gem's quite a regular streamer. Maybe not as much as someone like myself. I've been trying to tell myself to stream a little less this season, but I imagine I'll quickly sort of fall back into old habits. I've kind of been feeling like when I stream, like energy comes out of me, and if I don't stream as frequently, I feel like that energy like builds up or something, and it's probably things like the waffles that if you're constantly streaming, like you don't have time for like certain ideas to really fester in your mind, and then fester's such a dark word. So totally inappropriate, but like it's like you kind of like build up the energy for it. And so one of the things I was thinking of doing this season is maybe streaming a bit less, like intentionally, but how I picked when and where to stream is quite organic at the same time, so I might struggle with that. There's no such thing as too much. Maybe. I think there is. Dark but an apt description, says Remy. Fair enough. Energy going out, bad or good thing? Definitely good, but like, if you keep streaming and there's less energy to go around, the streams don't feel like quite as gratifying, I guess. So like, it's like an act of balance. Like, in my head, I you know, I do a stream, I enjoy it, but then after I'll probably think about like, what was that like for the audience or something, you know? And that's when I think like, today I wasn't really like quite on the vibe or whatever, you know? So I kind of want to always be like, I want to always have, you know, the energy or whatever. It's a creative outlet, says Remy. Yeah, and you can't exhaust creativity. So if I treat streaming a bit more like a creative outlet, that's a really interesting idea as well. Think of it a bit more creatively. Might be beneficial to do that, right? You had the buffalo pesto pizza for dinner and you loved it. Yes! Another win! Dude, we've had so many wins. So many people love it. It's great. You're curious how long I plan each season for. Like, how much are you thinking about the next season whilst in the current season? Do you have any plans for next season already? Yes, we discussed this earlier. The early game just prompts a different mode of thinking about the game. You spend most of the time as a hermit in the end game, and so when the new season rocks around, like, you get all this inspiration. I have a trend of talking about what I'm going to do next season at the beginning of each season, but this time I think I've cottoned on something quite interesting, and I'm going to write it down at some point. Next season I will go in with zero plan, maybe not even look at the seed, and wherever I settle down and do projects or whatever, everything has to be permanent from the get-go. No temporary farms. When you do something, it's going to be that way for the rest of the season. And just see where that takes me, which is very different from how I usually play. This season, I spent the last couple of months noodling away in a redstone world, coming up with just really different and fun redstone stuff that I have not done before and enjoyed it so much. And later in the season, once we built up some farms and stuff, I'm going to just do some massive redstone projects. They're going to be things that other hermits can come and interact with. They're going to be musical. They're going to be unlike anything I've done before, and I'm really excited about it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Let's keep placing some blocks here. This is looking cool. We're really going to have to work with lighting on some sort of level at some point here. Also, if something breaks, fix it. What you have on hand, so every fix leaves a mark. Yeah, if things break, fix them. What's my favourite rap album of the past year? The fact that nothing like particularly jumps to mind straight away is a bit... well, actually, something did, now that I think about it. Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia was like the last big rap record, I think. Kendrick's last rap record was like pretty decent, but sort of in a direction I wasn't quite attuned for. So like personally, like it didn't like vibe as strong as some of his other stuff. For me though, rap, the most exciting era of rap is the 90s. Like the early 90s and the late 90s is pretty cool as well, but definitely the early to mid is sort of peak for me. See, I'm so curious how that wouldn't make you be a neurotic perfectionist about it, but I'm stoked. Yeah, no, that is, yeah, it might give me a bit of a problem not planning, but like I think I've done this thing for so long now that I'm kind of, you know, up for just trying stuff and being a bit different here and there. Ren Gill's album is going to be so good. Ren Gill? I've not heard of Ren Gill before. Have I ever listened to NF? No, but I've listened to FN, and ES, and SE. Have I listened to any Kneecap? I watched the movie with them in, and I was like, hey, these guys are cool. I like it. Bones is the best rapper of his generation. Did you see him perform a Limp Bizkit? I would not have put Bones up in a best rapper list, but sure, like, this stuff is subjective, but I did not see him perform a Limp Bizkit, no. Clips, Pusha T and Malice, new album was great to see. I enjoyed that. I listened to it a couple of times, so I didn't write about it. Rap's such a weird one for me because I'm very strange with lyrics. Like, I kind of don't internalize lyrics very well, and so the way I vibe with rap music is kind of strange these days because sometimes the lyrics do hit, but most of the time it's like I just like a good flow can do it for me. I don't even really ingest what they're saying half the time. Like you do in the moment, but then like it sort of leaves you. If I go listen to Anthony Fantano, the Needle Drop, talk about like a rap record, he is like on it with the lyrical themes and what's behind all of the raps and stuff, and like I'm just like not getting any of that. Dude, did we lose one over here? Did it wander into the... I've lost a couple of these now. Did it wander out there? That one almost looks like it just wandered from far away. I have lost a couple of these guys in here. Let's see if there's an item in here. There's no item. So is one of these holding an item? What the heck's going on? That is interesting that they are disappearing. They're not holding an item. That is so strange. Golem Snatcher. Oh, I cannot tolerate a Golem Snatcher. No. 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 I am one of those people that struggles to take a prank well. Now, there are different types of prank, but I'm talking about like when someone pushes you into lava for a laugh and you lose all of your gear. I don't take that very well. And in fact, I don't take mild disruptions very well, so oh, I forgot to give it an item. I'm not a great candidate for for pranking. For me, anyway. Like, I'm sure everyone else will get a laugh out of it, but me, I'll be fuming inside. Secretly fuming. Copper golems are so buggy. Yeah, it might be that they're buggy. Might be that they're buggy. Anyway, this guy, like, might actually see some of the chests over there. Okay, get back to work, you. We're doing everything in, like, little steps while I waffle, and then I don't do anything at all. That's very typical. Very typical of me. You feel like you're seeing a lot more mainstream artists become a lot more creative now, says NFN. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that take. I feel like we're seeing that. I feel like pop music is in a really good place. It feels like there's a lot of, like, reaching back into the past and reinventing sounds in a really good way. Especially with, like, disco and funk and soul. Like, I hear some of that stuff, and, like, synth pop as well. Like, you know, it was really cheesy in the 80s, and now they're, like, bringing it back and getting it really stylish. Definitely feels like there's a bit of, like, a pop renaissance going on or something. But, like, yeah, that also extends to creativity a little bit. There's way more bands being adventurous, it feels like. I can't see the thing that I'm looking for here. I think I might have actually went and put it in the room already. The #1 country song right now is AI generated, Sigh. Ooh, yeah, that's a topic right there. I'm not even aware of what that song is. Ah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. I already put a little bit of mud in here as well. So there's going to be like a pillar here. I think we might have to put that in. I think I want that to be like the fully oxidized stuff. So you have like this pillar here. Ooh, that's interesting. I am a stickler for saving blocks. Could you say Renaissance again, please? Thank you. Renaissance? I'm pretty sure I've heard people say Renaissance. Oh my god, yeah, no, it's Renaissance. And I'm saying Renaissance. Ha! What's wrong with me? I'm not sure. Genuinely not sure, people. Thank you, lol. There you go. We got a highlighted message. I can't actually see that over here. What's my stance on EDM and dubstep? I'm more into different strands of electronic music. Dubstep, though, to me is a real kind of like fad sound. Definitely had its moment and died out swiftly. I mean, and I remember being like really fascinated by those Skrillex songs and the wow, you know, just going all over the place. And like, it's great when you first hear it, but it is kind of like a lot of random noise, and therefore it doesn't have that connection that lasts. So I go back and listen to it years later, and it's just like, this isn't interesting anymore. Have I gotten into Death Grips yet, dude? I have seen Death Grips live a few times, and they are just an incredible trio. Loved them from like, I think I found them when their Money Store record came out. Anthony Fantano coming up again. Like, a lot of people found that group through him, gave it like a 10, and that really put people onto it. It put me onto it. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted subs. Flaming Seagulls, Cold Palmer the Goat, Ranger Renzi, Nonny Prof, and Kupakin Cannon. Been gifted them subs. Be sure to say thanks in the chat. Giga Chubb says, hey X, what's your guitar video? You seem ripped. What's your workout split? Dude, when I read the comments and I see the one about like, yo, what's your workout routine? I'll tell you what my workout routine is. I will tell you the secret, okay, on how to look like I do, okay? Like, what you have to do is a bunch of exercises, and here they are. No, wait, I'm not going to give them to you. Oh, now you can't get ripped. Sorry about that. It's not what my workout routine is. There isn't like a workout routine that'll get you ripped or whatever. It's Brutality the Gatekeeper. Hang on, wait, I'm doing a thing. It all makes sense. It's not about like a specific workout routine. It's really simple. It's about consistency over time, and that's it. Like, yeah, you do actually have to go to the gym and do a bunch of exercises, but like, if you do the fundamentals and the basics correct, it's just a matter of doing it over time. I didn't get into this to get ripped or anything. I did it to get into like better shape, and I just kept doing the fundamentals, and like the body kept going in that direction, and I didn't really want to stop because I really like working out, so I just keep doing it, right? It's really quite simple, says Digital Kaz. That would have been a perfect moment for that, right? It's really quite simple. You've lost your ripped privileges, wow. So it's like what do you think? What is someone thinking if they're like, you know, you see someone who's in good shape and you're like, what's the workout routine? Is it like I'm doing it wrong and you're doing it right? Because that's, I mean, in some sense that might be true, but like I just feel like there's such a like a mismatch there that's kind of hard to articulate, I guess. But like, it really is about sticking to doing something over a long period of time. If I gave you my workout routine and you did it for like a month, 2 months, half a year, like you might not see what you need to see. You know, like, and I've been working out for a long time. It didn't happen straight away. Like, it was a long time before, you know, some definition started to come through, and then you take off a bit of body fat and there's some more muscle, and then you learn a bit more, and yeah, I don't know. Assumers, you know bands like Smashing Pumpkins and Soundgarden. I love the Smashing Pumpkins. They're just one of those like 10 out of 10 bands. They're just classic. They're just brilliant. You planned on getting a routine going and then got really injured and now need to take it really slow. That's unfortunate, my dude. It happens though. You do get injuries doing the old workouts. It slowed me down at times, you know. It happens. But yeah, like I read the comments. It's like when I was on here the other day, Scar was like going on about me being swole or whatever, and it's just like I can't, like, I sort of get it, but like it's really not that fascinating. And like people really comment on it a lot, and you know, I know they mean well. It's just this. I think people focus a little too much on the aesthetic of it, right? It's just about like a lifestyle and taking care of your body. It's not actually about how it looks. That's just like this side effect that comes along with it. How does one get rid of the chicken taste from boiled chicken? I mean, do you not want your chicken to taste like chicken? Boiled chicken's great, man. Swaggy Phoenix says, embrace it, you look good and people strive to look that good. You see, you said what's wrong. You've said what's wrong to me in that sentence. People strive to look good. I'm not striving to look good, right? Like, the look part is, like I said, it's a side effect. You can be healthy and not look like this. Like, this is just because I've chosen to, like, lower my body fat. And, like, you don't have to put on a lot of muscle to be healthy either. It's just that I like doing that kind of heavy lifting. So, like, it's what I like doing that keeps me healthy that produces this look. You can live a healthy lifestyle that doesn't make your body look like that as well. People misconflate the aesthetics and athleticism with health. Yeah, there you go. Because people can get really ripped and jacked and be really unhealthy as a result of it. You know, like if you go too low with your body fat, that's bad for your body. You can put on crazy amounts of muscle and that like inhibits your mobility and your range of motion and stuff. Like, you can go to bad places with weightlifting. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't. Like, maybe that's the problem. Like, I'm in this space. I know a fair bit about it because it's fascinated me for a long time. Maybe the average person doesn't know, so you don't think about it or see it that way. But like, you should learn about it. You got no body fat or muscle. You will have body fat and you will have muscle. Otherwise, you'd be dead, basically. But, I mean, everyone's got muscle. Like, if you can move your arms, you've got muscles in them. X, what should I get to eat, McDonald's or Dairy Queen? You should get boiled chicken. Yo, Tragic, thank you for the prime, my dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Another point in chat, like genetics is a part of it as well. Yeah, yeah. So, like, some people just won't have the genetics to look a particular way. You need muscle mass to burn sugars. Growing older, it becomes important while your diabetes risk increases. Yeah, and this is like weightlifting as you get older is really great. Probably not the sort where you lift heavy though. Probably more just about stimulating muscle growth and response because, you know, stimulating your muscles improves your immune system. As you pointed out, it helps burn sugar. But also, you know, that's a risk when you get older, but also so is being weak. A lot of elderly people who have trips and falls and issues like that, it's related to losing muscle mass and not having strength, you know? And if you can keep that strength up as you get older, you prevent yourself from getting injuries and stuff as well. It's funny because you think X looks skinny, says Becca. I probably do look a bit skinny. But like, I don't know, like to me it's not so much about looks, it's more like I just feel right. Like having low body fat, not too low, but like, and doing the lifestyle that I do feels right to me. It's just every day I'm energetic, I feel good. Like it's 11 o'clock, I'll go to bed in about an hour, but I feel really on right now. Yo Ren, thank you so much for the raid, appreciate it and welcome on the Raiders. We're talking about how people comment on my appearance in my videos, and I'm trying to explain that it's not about looks. It's not about looks. It's about lifestyle. It's about what you do day to day, and how this, I don't know, this kind of fixation on how someone looks isn't. I don't know. It strikes me as a weird thing. The other thing is though, if I watch fitness videos and things, and if I see someone who's like jacked and in good shape and stuff, like what I think is like, I know they put that is like a lot of effort and consistency. That's what I think. I feel like that's a little bit more of an accurate response than focusing on like the aesthetic. It's like there's a story behind that look, and it's like a lot of hard work and effort. You know? You think the first hurdle for most everyone is just the self-discipline required to get yourself into a healthier lifestyle. It really is, my dude. It really is. I am a very disciplined, motivated person. Like, when I put my mind to stuff, like, I just do it. And that is not an inherent thing. That is something I learned over time and stuck with, because I saw the benefits of being like that, and it's kind of like just how my brain works now. Like, I am literally streaming today at this time because I thought I was going to be streaming at this time for another reason, and so it got locked into my mind, and I just stick to it. You know, like throughout the day, every day, there's always these little things going on in my head, like you haven't hit your arms in a while, do an arm workout later, and then that goes on the list, and it's like, and you need to take care of that, so write that down, that goes on the list, and do this thing. Like, I line everything up that crosses my mind that needs doing and just stay on top of it. You know, the house needs cleaning now, like, bam, that's what I'm doing today. I don't know, it's just how I am. So I'm like always on working out because it just feels right to me to do it consistently. It makes me feel good. Keeps my head in a good place. It's healthy for me. That actually looks a little bit odd there. One of the things I want to try and do here is kind of like weave in some deep slate somewhere behind there, but I haven't done another important thing yet, which is to hook up the next one of these. Where is it even? I guess I could scrape that into one. Yeah, we'll do that. Every medical professional tells me I need to lose weight to make my back hurt less and, you know, keep living healthy for a longer time. But what I really clicked for me was that the gym kept the back pain away. I still struggle with going consistently, so it hasn't clicked completely at the moment. Doc Mimi, I got some tips for you, right? Like, if you sit a lot, try and stand a bit more. Try and build up some strength for standing. Standing can also give you a bit of back pain, but like changing posture a lot can help. Maybe look at some yoga and doing some cat-cow, and maybe some downwards facing dog. These are poses that can really like help stretch those muscles. Yeah, and losing weight is definitely a great idea if you're overweight. Like there's just so much bad health outcomes linked to that stuff. It's worth getting away from. I kind of actually need some other blocks to get started here. Reminding me to use desk in stand mode. Always get your standing hours in. Disability makes workouts difficult, says Random Anxious Girl. Yeah, and to anyone who's got something in front of them that makes it more difficult, right? Here's what I say, like, and I don't know this firsthand because it isn't true for me, but like if you're playing in hard mode, you can still play. I don't know what it is that you can do, but like if a disability means you can't do a bench press, like maybe there's something lighter or similar. Like if there's something you can do safely and it doesn't seem like, you know, like maybe you can't run but you can walk, you know, whatever it is you can do, get into that space of just doing a little bit of it, you know. We're not talking about, okay, now I'm Mr. Exercise and I'm going to do all these different squats and runs, and like just take where you are right now and add a little bit to it that goes in the other direction, you know, that goes in that little bit more exercise, a little bit more movement, and let it become a habit, let it become routine. And from there, you can, you know, over time build up. But it won't feel like that because whatever effort it takes to do 5% extra a day, you will get used to over time. And then when you add 5% to it again in the future, it'll feel like 5%. And then further down the line, it feels like 5%. All of a sudden, you're doing 50% more than you were 2 or 3 years ago, right? And it's important to think like this because the years will go by and you will be that future self at some point. You are going to be the person further down the line. And so the things that you're doing today for that future you, you'll thank yourself for. So like, just remember, it's not like a sprint. It's a long race, and it's not about going hard and fast. It's about developing habit and routine that you're comfortable with. And that's it. So like today, all you have to do is just a little bit. Do that little bit again tomorrow. When that little bit just feels completely normal, in a maybe a week, maybe a couple of months, you step it up a little bit when it's right. We got Phil Hallibio here for 8 months. Thank you so much, Phil. You're loving season 11. I'm glad you are, my dude. Personally, the thing that helped me start taking exercise and being healthy seriously was getting some really bad blood work results earlier this year, and I can honestly say the first 2 months were extremely difficult. Everything else just kept getting easier as time went on. Yeah, I imagine if you plunge yourself, it sounds like you might have plunged a little bit into like a harder workout routine. If you start with something hard, it does take like a few months to adapt to, but like when you get over that hump and when you understand the benefits of regular exercise and stuff, like it's a blessing to learn that lesson. And I hope it's one that like stays with you because a lot of people, like, you always hear stories of like getting on the horse and then falling off again. I've never really fallen off hard, but I've had moments where I've like slowed down and then I know it's time to speed up again. But like I always say, like when you fall off the horse, just get back on. You don't know when that moment is. It might not be today, it might be tomorrow, it might be a week, it might be a month, but like life happens and stuff can get in the way and it can be difficult to get going again. But like don't let the reason to not get going again be how long you haven't done the thing, right? Don't let it be that. Just getting back on it is all you need to do, because it's something that you will have to do over time. Like health is like a maintenance thing. It's not like a, people talk about dieting, like, I'm going to go on a diet. And it's not like you'll go on a diet, it'll fix your problems, you can go back to eating how you were before. It's like you need a lifestyle change. And so maybe don't diet, but like slowly start to change your diet, because your diet is permanent. It's just what you eat. Don't let perfection get in the way of good enough. That's another great quote, Mark. I like that one. Your friend's daughter fell off an actual horse. My friend's now said, now you only need to fall 99 more times to get used to it. That is a weird thing to say. I'm not sure I get what's behind that. Came in expecting Minecraft and got inspiration to do better. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I tell you what. Let me tell you something right there. If that's how you're feeling, right now, a lot of what I'm talking about, like all this mindset that I have that I can just offload when I waffle, it's stuff I've learned over the years. But a lot of it started with a song. Henry Rollins Band. Okay, more homework, peeps. Music homework. Rollins Band. The song Shine. Listen to that and listen to those lyrics and internalize them. I absolutely adore that song. That song gave me so much energy to like go in this direction of like just trying to do better and be better wherever I could. Smokey says, never liked Rollins much. You're breaking my heart, man. You're breaking my heart. That dude got me out of a hole. Got me out of a hole, I tell you. I was in a bad way before I found that guy. And he just said things that like clicked. And I could make sense of. And it got me going in a much more better direction. I'm eternally thankful for finding that guy. Your homework is to basically go through the whole of X's music blog, says Becca. Hey, I put like 3 songs, right? Actually, you listed 2 of them. I added 1 more. There was definitely more homework earlier. But hey, 3 songs. Come on. Becca, post it in chat again for people. Just add Rollins Shine. And then they can go check out the other ones if they want to. But like, yeah, I think this pillar should be a bit more contrasty, actually. I think we're going to swap it out for this block. And then somewhere we've got to weave in that deep slate. But we're just having the waffles today, and it's fine. The waffles will come, the waffles will go. Uh-huh. Kind of then feels like you want that to attach. That's nice. But then maybe not on the other side? There might be a mate. They can't... Can they look in it if there's that there? I might as well experiment because I can. Because why not? What's my opinion on traditional Bronze Age music? I've never gone back that far. I've never gone to the Bronze Age. That's all I can say. Not gone back that far. I mean, like Gregorian chants and stuff is about as far back as I think I've gone. What else have we got in chat? Is that the song that goes more passion, more energy, more energy? No, it's not, but that sounds familiar to me. A whole bunch of modern mainstream culture kind of incentivizes thinking things in terms of what people can just go out and do in a very short-term sense, as if things someone can achieve in a short time span or skills someone already has matter. It sounds like that's a reflection of sort of the short attention span problem that we're seeing develop. Is like, now we just want instant gratification. Which is an interesting concept to roll into what we're talking about, right? Like, exercise is not instant gratification, but it is once you've been doing it for a long time. It's a strange thing. Oh, we're going back to the cake analogy, people. It's like the cake, right? Exercise is like the opposite of cake. Cake is like all reward now and then feel bad later, whereas exercise is like feel bad now and feel better later. But if you keep doing lots of exercise, eventually it'll start to like feel good. If you eat lots of cake, it'll probably end up just feeling really bad if you're eating tons of cake all the time. So not that I've tried that, but I can imagine getting that much sugar in all the time probably ain't too satisfying, you know? Right, I got a feeling this might look about right from out there. I've also not given myself a way out of this space. Kind of feels like you gotta really fill it up here. The lighting in here is going to be so awkward to work with as well. Kill Shaway. Oh my god, absolutely butchering the name. Thank you so much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Sorry about the butchering of the name. What do you think about minimalist music? You're in the class music since 1900s, and it's our current topic. Yo, check out Steve Roach, Structures from Silence. And also, you've probably been introduced to Eric Satie? Not particularly associated with minimalism. The piece 433, like, it's like art when someone, you know, signed a urinal and turned it on the side. I'm of the opinion that, in sort of one vein, yeah, it's like anyone can do that, but like no one did think to do that, so it's cool that that exists, but like it doesn't fascinate me that much. Okay, yeah, you made a silence. Nice one. Excellent album, that one, Structures from Silence. Yeah, it really is a really good record. Really good records. Am I rocking the copper armor all season? That's kind of my plan. I don't know if it'll work, but I will probably get like armor that's for different occasions and stuff. Like maybe fighting the Wither, I'll put on some diamonds, but generally that's the idea. I really don't want to go like too symmetrical with this. I think I might have to break away from having just solid color and like let them oxidize at different ages. But I'm trying to keep a bit of contrast so you can see what the copper golem is doing or where it is. It might make more sense to actually just put chains, like regular chains across the front. I don't think this guy's opened that in a minute, so we might not be able to do that. I also might actually be able to position it here, like move it round to this side. Hi. Oh, I love it when they just randomly look at you. That's good. Add the blue wood from the Nether. That's not a bad idea. I am working with like a bit of a limited palette at the moment. I'll admit that. It's like it's limited in here. But we'll just keep chatting and slowly adding bits, I think. I think right now, like, this is okay. We've got to fix lighting, but then there's going to be this question of, I guess, like, what goes in the middle of this room? Because you kind of need stuff like, I think back here we'll have like all the different grindstone, stone cutter, crafting bench. We'll have that stuff behind us in this room, but here, like, what's going to go in this middle bit? I'm not sure. Yeah, warp typography. I think that's a good shout. I think I need to experiment a little bit more with the block palette in here. There is actually like an inspiration behind this, which is to try and recreate a little bit of the launcher artwork, the sort of promo art. But this isn't particularly the right space for that because the storage system just takes up space in a way where you're sort of led towards this type of layout, I guess. I also would like a little bit more animation, like something that kind of like lights up when items go through the filter, but there's very little space for that. You could maybe you could pull a signal, like you probably need pistons to pull a signal, and then that makes noise, which I'm not sure that we want. The back here, could put a redstone torch back here. That would turn off the same way as the one at the front, and then your light source is further back. And that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so I got some glowstone earlier. I'm gonna go find that glowstone. because the regular lamp is one we can turn on and off. Emberella, 22 months of support. Thank you so much. I don't know if I read that one out or not. Thank you everyone for your amazing support today. It's always appreciated. Peeps, if you are subscribed, if you get gifted a sub, if you use your Amazon Prime subscription, you can join the Let's Play Minecraft Together community, which we didn't think about today, did we? We could have done a little. Oh, let's do it. Rainbow, is that? Can you link me to the one at my base? That's what we'll do today. So here in this community on Twitch, you get access to our Minecraft server and our Discord server. If you want to be a part of the community, come by, check us out. You know, maybe you'll find a cool place to play, find some new friends. We like to do a little bit of a highlight, which I completely forgot about. So we can do that. We can do a little highlight, and we're going to do a highlight on a prank that was done on me. So stick around for a minute. We'll go check that out. Here's what I'm looking for. I got this glowstone earlier. Wait, how'd you craft a lamp again? Is it glowstone block or no glowstone block? I think it's glowstone block. Do I not know how to craft that yet? Let's go put redstone in the inventory. Yo, T Muffy, thank you ever so much for the Prime. 2 months right there. And the 9 Gods 117. Yes. Yes, almost 10 years of support. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Calvin says we love LPMT. I'm glad you do. I love to hear it. So if I put that in the inventory, maybe it'll tell me how to make a lamp. It does, and it says I can't make it. Oh no. Right, that's what I was thinking. Right? Is it a block in the middle? I couldn't remember. Wait, oh, delete that then. Please. Thank you. Yeah, we'll have that. Oh, that might have... How much redstone have I got? Oh, I've got to be careful. I need some of that. And now I need torches, which are in here. So, like, if I put them at the back... Yeah, there. They can interact with a lamp that is possibly here or there. Now, that won't really do a lot because it's on by default. Like, I kind of like the idea of this working the other way around, which I could actually achieve by not using the redstone torch. Interesting. And then it's about how does that light come through the chests when there aren't these other light sources everywhere? Like, we'll put one in the corner back here. It's a bit dark and gloomy in here, actually. Maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe that's not the way to go. Because then we end up making the place feel really quite gloomy if we take all the lights out. And it probably won't feel animated either. It's interesting. It's interesting. Storage systems are very, like, compact. So they're always going to be tricky to attach more into it. Always going to be tricky to do that. All right, let us now go. Okay, so this prank was by Nova Sharky and Calvin. I think Calvin might be in chat right now. So my house got pranked on LPMT, and when I saw it, I was like, "Yo, that's amazing! That's hilarious." Nova Sharky is here too. That's absolutely true. This is where we were last time. That is absolutely incredible, that build. Let us now let's clear that as well. Oh, this place is gorgeous. Oh, look, people are here. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should go. Well, I'm probably going to fly around a little bit, aren't I? People are here to check it out. Okay. That doesn't need explanation because it is just adorable. I'm not sure what it is, but it's adorable. And I think there is a lot of adorable stuff going on here. The jack-o'-lanterns are so cool. It's a ghast. Like Solstan Valley. Honestly, I think this should stay. Like, this is my starter base, and I have no more plans for it. This is what it should be now, because this is hilarious. And we should remember this for the rest of the season. Not so much going on around the back. No surprise. We got a graveyard. Oh my god. They got... Oh, their friends are buried here or something. Here lies servers 1, 2, and 3. Here lies our sanity. They've been watching too many of my streams. Xisuma. Oh my god. X marks the spot. Literally. Hey, we might have to borrow this happy ghast. Oh, like that, I can jump up. Yo, take me up high, son. I want to check this out. Oh, brilliant! I'm doing it now. Nice, thank you. Look at this. The happy ghast is perfect for this. Oh my god. Oh, I love that they're all small armor stands. Like that just gives it something. I'm not sure what. It gives it like a little bit of charm. We have to go inside as well. Okay, I'm going to bring this back over here. Or I thought you were flying, but you're standing on a lantern. Okay, let's go in here. I've got to remember I'm in creative mode. I don't want to... Hi! I don't want to break anything. Oh, look, we've got a snail in here, the jack-o'-lanterns. A companion appeared. Very cool. Actually don't think they've done much more in here, have they? What a cool prank. I love it. I love what they've done with the armor stands. So cool. Like, very creative, very fun. Peeps, that's the LPMT4 server right there. And a hilarious prank that's been done. Yeah, so we did get around to it. We did get to highlight the server. Every stream we're gonna highlight the server. That's how we rock and roll over here, you know. It is an Evil X now. Look, it's a little bit late. I now got to go wind down and go to bed. I've had a fantastic stream. We've mostly just waffled, but y'all got some exclusive previews over here. Like, check it out. This is the storage system. I got to admit, I'm not particularly happy with how it looks. But that might just be the nature of a storeroom. Okay, that might just be the nature of a storeroom. Did I just? Can't see what I placed. I placed it correct. Don't worry. You love a waffle stream. Yeah, I think my goal for this season is to stream a little less. I feel like I build up energy for like waffling, and people seem to like it. I mean, who doesn't like talking about what they're thinking about? There seems to be a predominant thing in this day and age. Everyone's got an opinion. You can hear mine. It's my opinion. Listen to me, please. I like this mud. I think I'm going to mix in some of the other roots stuff as well. But I think I know that this works. And I might dangle a few things from it. But hey, thanks for joining me. I had a great time. Season 11's off to an amazing start. And I'm very inspired. And we've got lots to do this season. It's going to be a wonderful ride. Hit the follow button if you want to stick around and catch it. Oh, cheeky plug! Cheeky plugging my own stream. Oh my god. What do you like? Where are we going to send you to today? Let's see. Hey, Skiz is still on Hermitcraft. I'll send you over to Skiz. Enjoy some more Hermitcraft action. Have a great rest of your day, people. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.